my channel. So I have decided to put the tomatoes in the garden. It's looking like it's going to stay warmer here for a while. Hopefully to the 15th I won't have to cover them for frost. So I'm going to show you today how I plant my tomatoes. So as I've said before in a previous video, that when I go to the store, I pick out the ones that have multiple tomatoes in them. So I get tomatoes. Christopher's videotaping this and making funny faces. So I've got 3 tomatoes here. So all you have to do is just break up the pot. And then gently at the base, pull them apart so you get some roots on the bottom. So I'm gonna pull these other 2 apart here. And then what I do is I snip all the little leaves at the bottom off, because I'm gonna plant this sucker right up to its neck. Okay? So then dig a deep hole. Tomatoes like to be planted deep. All those little root hairs there will turn into roots later on. And I'm gonna get him down in this hole. I'm gonna hold the leaves up out of the way. And then I am literally just gonna bury it right up to its neck. And I've got a mix of mulch and dead leaves that I put in here in the beginning of the year. And voila! Then you just water it in and keep on going. That's how you plant a tomato. Okay, everybody, so Christopher told me that you might not have been able to hear me from up where he was videotaping, so I've got this last cherry tomato plant here, and don't be discouraged if you don't have a bunch of roots on the bottom. All these little root hairs, if you could see them on there, will turn into roots once you bury them. So this guy will grow. He might wilt a little bit until he gets going, but he'll grow. So what I've done is I've took all the leaves off, and I'm going to take this other little branch off here too. And this also helps with not stressing out the plant after you transplant it. So I'm going to stick it right in there, and then I'm going to bury it right up to here. And then I'm going to water it, and it should be ready to go. So just something I noticed here is I'm going to plant some pepper plants. I've been throwing onions out here, the ends, for the last 2 months for compost, and so look what I found. One of the ends are actually starting to grow, and you know what? I think I'm just going to leave it there and see what happens. Okay, so these peppers are a little small from what I'm used to starting them at in May, but I am going to get this guy out. This is the red pepper that I'd started from a pepper that I had bought at the store. So what I'm going to do is literally just going to get down in here and get as much root as I can. So he's got nice roots. And then I don't have as deep of a hole. You don't have to plant peppers as deep. They don't have root hairs on the stalk. So they do like a lot of calcium. So if you've got Epsom salts, you can supposedly you can spray those on the flowers when they start to flower, and that's supposed to give you better peppers. I've never done much of anything except, you know, maybe some Miracle-Gro till they get started, and then usually they take off themselves for me. So all I'm gonna do is, I've got pretty good mulch going in here. I've got dead leaves, and I've got regular black mulch in here from the bag that I got at Walmart, and I'm kind of just doing a mix of soil in here too. There's a little worm. He can go back in there. Worms are good. If you see worms in your garden, you know you're on the right track. Worm poo is exactly the kind of fertilizer that you want in your garden. And to do that, they like to eat dead leaves, composted ends of your food. That's an end of a cabbage, onion ends. I don't know if they like onions. I've heard several different theories on that. But yeah, throw things out in your garden. Make it worm food. So another thing I did while I was out here, if you watched my previous video, you saw that I said that these cabbages that I planted in the terracotta look so much nicer compared to the ones down here that I got out of the garden. So I decided to put 2 more in pots and see what they would do. I pulled all the dead leaves and eaten leaves off, and I just put them in these 2 pots. So we'll see if these will grow in the pots where I have them, and hopefully they will look really nice like these 2 and not get eaten. I might do all the other ones that are left in the garden. There's about 2 more left in the garden, and that'll free up space for the tomatoes and stuff once they get bigger. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned for my next video and see what else I'm up to in the garden.